So Alicia, what is our conclusion here?
This claim is false, meaning that you don't have to service your car at least every 3 years.
Yes. And what was your prediction here, Sabrina, of why this is a flaw?
Well, the guy says like most cars will develop transmission problems, and the saying it's false, like you might have just been one of the lucky ones who didn't get the problems or
Yeah,
don't have the service.
absolutely. And I feel like he also says most cars will develop. Yes. And I'm also thinking too, like, even though he's owned cars for over 12 years, like while most cars is like, what if he never drove them, or what if, like, there could be a lot of things of why that's just like a really poor sample size.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to think about, like, what would be your own flawed argument that has this same flaw in it. So you can go ahead and think about it and put it in the chat. Malika has a good one. I'm going to change it just a little bit, but she says most phone brands say that their phones need to be charged once a day, but this claim is false. My dad doesn't need to charge his phone once a day. Because, like, why might he not have to why might not he have to charge his phone once a day?
Because he doesn't use it.
Yeah, but could it most phones need to be charged at least once a day? Absolutely. All right. Does anybody else have it? That's the only one, that person that sent one in. Does anybody else have one that they're working on? Ooh, Alicia, let's see what yours. Dentists say most people should go to the dentist for a cleaning every 6 months or they develop cavities. This is false. I haven't ever been to the dentist and my teeth are fine. Fabulous. Great example. Sabrina or Anna, Maria, do you have one?
Mine was similar to Alicia's. I didn't finish it. It was like most people say you need to go to the doctors once a year. This is false. I haven't been and I've never broken a bone. Like along those
Yeah,
lines.
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, or most people say, or mine was most people that play sports don't make it to the NFL, but that's not true. Both of my sons made it to the NFL. Excellent. All right, so I love that you flagged this one, Malika, because these are questions that we should practice drilling just to get faster at. Even though on the test we might get them correct, they're because a lot of us like kind of we don't like to drill them and we like to kind of gear away from them or even skip them. All right, so A says, my veterinarian told me that most cats who do not have yearly teeth cleanings will develop gum problems. However, I have not had my cat's teeth cleaned for the past 10 years, and she has not had any gum problems. Therefore, my veterinarian was wrong. I love that one. Does anybody else like that one? All right, so let's go ahead. Alicia, how about you go ahead and read B and tell us what the flaw is, and then we'll just go right down like Anna, then Sabrina, then Malika. You'll have E.
Sure. Car dealers claim that customers save money in the long run if they purchase extended warranties for new cars. But car dealers have a strong interest in making money from the warranties. Thus, the car dealer's claim is false. I think this is something like an ad hominem flaw where you attack the motives or the character of the person saying something and not actually attacking their claim.
Yes, this is my favorite, and my example is always Bill Gates. Like, right, he could make a lot of money off of the vaccine, but there could still be like a good purpose of the vaccine or something of that sort. Excellent. What about C, Anna?
Should I read it?
Yes, please.
Okay. A high ranking traffic safety official claims that driving over the speed limit increases the chance of having an automobile accident, but this claim is not true. I never drive over the speed limit, and I've had 2 accidents in the past year. I was between A and C, but A just seems better to me, but
What is the issue with C? I could see why this would be tricky. Malika, is this the one that you had narrowed it down to as well? Maybe why you flagged it?
I narrowed it down to A or B.
Okay, so pause on C for a second, Anna. How do you feel about B, Malika?
I'm still, I like A a lot better.
Do you, okay, so let's go, sorry, Anna, let's go back to B for just a second, Malika. So do you see how in B, we're saying that car dealers say that customers save money in the long run if they purchase extended warranties.
Mhm.
And then it comes in here and says, but car dealers have a strong interest in making money. So like they have a reason to want to sell them to you. So then we just say that they must be false because they could benefit from it.
Okay.
But couldn't it be true that couldn't they benefit from this statement and it also be true?
Yeah.
And that's where my Bill Gates statement comes in, where a lot of people, their reasoning for not trusting the vaccine solely was just because he would make a lot of money off of it.
Okay.
That justification alone doesn't guarantee that the vaccine is bad, right?
Mhm.
Do you see that? Okay, cool. All right, so now let's go back to C. So what issue do you see here, Anna? So we're saying this claim is not true. I never drive over the speed limit and I have had 2 accidents. What are they failing to consider or assuming? Okay, let's start with this. What is the high-ranking traffic safety official? What did they claim?
That driving over the speed limit increases the chance of having an accident.
And so does me not driving over the speed limit and having 2 accidents prove that driving over the speed limit won't increase my chances of having an accident?
No.
No, what could be true? What would happen potentially what could happen if I drove over the speed limit?
You still could not, like, you could.
Do you know my answer to my question, Sabrina?
I mean, I took it as like the traffic safety official is saying it increases the chance, but that doesn't mean if you drive under the speed limit that you won't get into an accident.
Couldn't I what happens if I drive over the speed limit and I get into 15 accidents?
Yeah.
That was more like the extreme direction I was going. But yes, like just because they're assuming that they're almost assuming like 2 accidents is the same number that they would have if they would speed. But also, and that's the difference, because this one, if we just pay attention to the idea that like the increases the chances isn't certainty, I don't think we can tell the difference between A and C. So we really have to see, like, we're not really all the way there. Right, what about D, Sabrina?
So boot manufacturers claim that a good pair of boots will last at least 5 years, but this claim is false. The boots I got on sale at the discount store lasted only 2 years. So the boots you got were not a good pair of boots.
Yes, we don't know if they're a good pair of boots or not,
Yeah.
right? What is good? Excellent. And then what about E?
A study of local rainfall shows that we have received at least 20 centimeters, 8 inches of rain per year for the past 50 years. Thus, we will probably get at least 20 centimeters of rain this year too. I crossed this one right away, but I was just looking at like it wasn't similar to the
I also don't think it's flawed.
Yeah, I was trying to find a flaw for a while.
Yeah. I think if it said like we will certainly get at least 20 centimeters. What, Alicia?
Isn't this like a temporal fallacy where like just because something happened in the past doesn't necessarily mean that it'll happen in the future?
I think temporal flaw is more so like because we've always done something, we should always do it this way. Where this is like more so like just because something is like, since it's happened every year for the past 20 years and it says we will probably, it would be more of a temporal flaw if it said we will certainly.
Yeah, okay.
Like, because I don't think like saying something like I've gotten an A on every test in my whole life, so I'm likely to get an A on my next test. I don't think that's a flaw. But if I say I will for sure get it, that would be a flaw. Excellent.